All right, here we go again. Buckle up, rough roads ahead. So, I saw this Sikh man come into Walmart as I was leaving, turban, everything. And I noticed the sign to heal him was the same as the sign during the time after 9/11 because they were being hated. So, psychically, to receive sometimes you have to ask the right questions. I don't know if you know that. If you ask the right questions, you get the right. So if you don't have knowledge that it even exists, then you don't ask the right questions. You don't ask any questions. Right. So the question was, why am I seeing this? Because there's no condition right now. Like I said, I analyzed it and I assessed it. I'm cooking rice. So I'll be done here in a second. But I have some Indian food. I tried rice in a bag. I don't know. I don't think it's going to work. I'm trying to do single portions, so I don't have to figure the portion; it figures itself. Portion control, quote unquote. It costs more money for portion control, but you stay healthier. Right. So essentially, the inference is that something at that level of agitation of the public could occur. I know it's kind of a weird way to say it because we're speaking about an act of terror or something like that. So something we could, and again, we know that people of Arabic descent are angry at the United States. So that's plausible. But of course, what happens is they attack the Sikhs because they wear turbans. Great old, great old American idiots, right? Right. Meanwhile, they don't know that half the people that they don't attack are actually terrorist minds. Right? So when I see 9/11 again, what happened is I saw 9/11 black, and I said that's weird, and something was like inferring 9/11 blue, and something, and then I saw 9/11 white, and I said okay, something's going on. Right? So again, I have to heal that. There's something that could cause Sikhs to be hated for looking like Arabic people. That's essentially what the inference was. So that the only thing that I can think of course, is an act of terror. So we have to heal acts of terror away, but we also have to investigate as to what we may have missed. Again, the will of Republicans right now is for a terror event to occur, and they'll blame it on Democrats and their border policy, even though Trump's the one that stopped voting on increased border security. And the question is, are we to the point where they assist them, where their spies, whether it be U.S. or Russian, assist the terrorists, right? So that they can, score political points. I mean, because it's not politics. To them, they always say it's politics, but they're scumbag in the United States for politics. So the question, I don't have all the answers because I don't really know George Soros. I mean, I attacked George Soros politically before, as far as being a Republican, and it's just something we do. And again, I don't do it like we should kill everyone. I don't do that, or we should beat people up, right? So I don't know, like the answer to Trump. They say, well, what about George Soros? Well, I don't know if George Soros is going that far or not, because he's not public about it, or some. But still, again, I think Harris has a focus. The question is whether that focus is doable, because there's so many people that are outside of that focus. Well, we need to neutralize this idea where we, create issues for the other party while they're in office. Right. I mean, it's one thing to point to given issues; it's another one to create those issues. Again, if you can hear, you'll hear the Trump side of the house saying, "Well, you don't know what it takes to win elections," but they're foolish. Then I told them in 2020 the deal. And you know, it's funny listening to Liz. She's a snob. She's a political snob, Liz Cheney. Because it's almost like, thank you, I think. I never voted for a Democrat before. You know, she could have, like, she doesn't realize that, I guess, but she could have lessened the sting by saying, I never voted for anybody within in the Democratic Party, you know, kind of not say Democrat. But actually, I did. And she should have sooner. Now, what happened is people at that level didn't know what was going on. I don't know if I forgave Dick Cheney, but I stopped saying Cheney and yelling at him inside. What the hell you doing, Cheney? So people at that level of the party didn't realize what it was, and some people accepted it because it was a moneymaker. And it protected them from any crimes they may have committed that they were being extorted for. So that's part of the scam. They extort people. See, I don't think this rice is going to be a doable thing in the future. So I was buying like the ready-made rice. But I think the price it's cheaper than the bag rice. But I use bottled water to boil my rice. So the 2 bottles of actually, maybe if I use the cheaper water, Aquafina probably makes it cost the same as the rice it was. Now, of course, if they didn't screw up my life and my money, I would have been fine. Wouldn't be worrying about what that cost. I should have essentially received 100% VA disability. Just the way the real world works, not the bullshit in their head as they force people out of the workplace and then say that they're lazy. That's their scam. So that's why you see the Republican Party's pinging being these psychological operators, and the scam system is psychological operators. Right. They don't want social safety net. They don't want, everybody that they put out of work is lazy when there's no way for them to go back to work because they're all running a criminal enterprise, right, to block people from work. Right. So essentially, if the Republican Party is going to play lockout enterprise system instead of free enterprise, then God's going to put in socialism. It's just the way it works. Trump was lucky to get in there. What he did is he used my stuff and my platform that I developed since like around 2011. So again, investigate terrorism and heal it, and it looks like we might have a 9/11 type event. Maybe not as big, but it will be nasty. So we need to heal, and we need to